Hey guys, Terry here. So, one of the questions that I often receive is how did you get the money to start investing? And the answer is I actually got it from my old 401ks. So, by the time I had quit my job and started traveling full time, I had several old 401ks that were left behind. So, after undergrad, I had worked for a consulting company, and then one of our clients was an education company, and I worked there for 3 years. Left there, went to grad school, and then worked for a ministry for 3 years. So that's another job that had a 401k. Left there, went and started working for the school where I was an assistant principal, and they had a retirement system. So by the time I left, I had three big 401ks left behind. When I first started trading 9 years ago, that first 401k ended up having about $16,000 in it. I had put in $8,000 and my company had matched and put in $8,000. So when I walked away, I was able to take $16,000 from that 401k. And you guys might wonder, like, Terry, didn't you have fees? Well, I actually had rolled it over into a self-directed IRA. So when I was first practicing, I didn't have any fees because it had gone over into a retirement account, but I was still getting to practice, and half of the money I was practicing with was money that was free money, I call it, because it was given to me by my company. So I was practicing in the very beginning with that self-directed IRA. Then fast forward to when I actually quit my job and started going full time. I pulled out the other retirement accounts that I had, and I started with an overall account of about $35,000 that I was investing. And yes, I did take some penalties at that time, but honestly, guys, like, sometimes when you take a leap of faith, you're gonna have a penalty. And so I had a 10% penalty because I was not 59 and a half, and then I had to take a penalty for it was taxed at my regular tax rate. So it was a 10% penalty, and then you're taxed at your regular tax rate. But a couple good things I will say about this. During the time that I was taxed at my regular tax rate, I had quit, so my income was lower. So I actually ended up receiving some money back from the transfer because my tax rate was a lot lower than what they had held back in my account. So there is a benefit for whenever you're actually taking a leap into something where your income is lower, that might be a good time to move those 401k dollars over because you wouldn't be taxed as high. Another thing I'll say is my tax accountant was able to also write off education out of those 401k expenses. So one of the the approved uses of 401k, like if you're moving it out early, is to do education. So I went to grad school, and paying for those grad school expenses was an approved expense or reason to use your 401k. So I actually didn't get dinged as much in terms of taxes because I also had education that we could write off against the money I was pulling out to start trading and living off of. So that's how I originally funded my accounts. I used my past 401ks, first used them in self-directed IRA accounts, and then once I was really ready to start trading, I went ahead and moved those into cash accounts so that I could use them to pay for my bills. One other tip I'll give you guys though with this is if you're moving money out of a 401k, you don't have to move the whole amount. So say for example, you've stashed up over the years $10,000, $20,000, and now you start trading it. Let's say you're even trading it in a self-directed IRA. But you decide that you need a little bit of that money to pay for your bills. Well, your bills may be $2,000. You don't have to take out the whole 401k, just take out $2,000. That way you're only penalized on the amount you're taking out of the account. So if I take out $2,000, yes, I receive 10% penalty, so they're gonna penalize you about $200, and you're gonna have to pay taxes on it, but that's a lot better than being taxed on like the whole amount for rolling it over. You don't need to do that. You could leave it into the account or in your old accounts until you need them. So I hope this is helpful information. Just wanted to tell you a little bit about how I funded or got the money to start investing. Talk to you later, and bye.